So this is my review of the new Google Pixel 4a. I believe it's coming out in the UK in around 4 weeks time. I got this as an early review option from Google. They were kind enough to send to me. So we've got here some information around what they sent to us in the review box. So they're just going through about the 24 hours on the battery. They're saying that it learns from your favorite apps using the normal Google technology and the AI to predict when you're streaming more YouTube music and snap selfies and things like that. I think one of the most interesting I want to try is the night sight and try and do some nighttime photography. They did supply a little homemade stand, I think from cardboard you had to build, so I don't know how handy that will be, but we'll give it a go. It has got some advice, so I can't really get it too wrong, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And as usual, being a pure Google phone, I'm looking forward to the no bloatware and being very quick and fast. And as usual, it's got the Pixel 4a. It also mentions it's got the Titan M chip for secure operating system, so I believe it's sort of like the security chip that's in Apple phones as well, to keep everything secure, so everything's stored on your phone. As usual, as we come to open it, it's got the fingerprint sensor on the back. In fact, I don't mind that, to be honest. And then with my Google phones before, on the back finger sensor, I found it just as good as Face Unlock, more convenient. There's the overall specs. It's got a 5.8 inch OLED display, edge to edge, full screen, full HD plus, 12 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front facing camera, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 GB of storage. So I think you can't, it's probably got no SD card slot, so it should be more than enough, and I think you get 3 months of their cloud storage. But then again, you can use other ones that might be cheaper. Then you've got the Snapdragon 730 processor. That's more than enough for an entry phone like this, and with 6 gigs of RAM, and a very rare 3.5mm audio jack as well. And of course, you've got the Hey Google, that's just off my Google, with that as well. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
So this is the Just Black version. I think it's the only version that it comes with. I think the its back is plastic, as you expect in this price bracket. It's a good size and very easy to put in the pocket, not like now phones are so huge. I like the button on the side. Everything feels firm. Yeah, good build quality from Google. USB-C, and I think there's dual speakers at the bottom. And your headphones socket at the top. Let's switch that on while that's starting up. Let's have a look in the box. What else you get? The usual leaflets that you can have a read through. I don't think everyone ever does. You've got, I think that's a, let's have a look. This one is a 5 volt 3 amp, so it goes up to 18 watts, 2 amps charge, and of course this is the UK plug, and a USB cable, and I think that's a USB to, yes, USB-A to USB-C adapter as well, so I presume this is the first time the phone's starting up. I must say the phone does feel, it's very light compared to my Galaxy Fold. But feels strong, build quality feels good. Let's have a look here. I'll set this up. I haven't got a SIM card in it right now. Oh, that's an easy setup. That screen is really nice, I must admit. That OLED screen. I mean, for a £349 phone when it comes out, I think you can't go wrong. I know you've got the OnePlus Nord, and perhaps people like that with the Oxygen OS, but pure Google, and with now that Google has said that they're going to give you 3 years of security updates and OS updates as well, I think you can't go wrong. And the camera and everything else, I know they haven't got multiple lenses, macro lenses, but I mean, what you can get out of this is actually fantastic. So let's have a look. Everything is super quick. I know nothing's installed on it yet, but there's no lag. And the settings here. And don't forget, with being a Pixel phone, you can upgrade to Android 11. I think you can join the beta and download it for that. So you've got NFC, so you've got Google Pay. Have a look for SIM status, Android 10. So of course you're going to get the latest patches for security. But overall, I must say this is really fast. I don't think a normal user's not going to really notice any difference having the Snapdragon 730, unless you're playing games or doing heavy usage of any Adobe products or anything like that on there, then perhaps you're going to notice some difference. But for day-to-day use, using this as a phone, for Google Maps and internet, and downloading your normal apps, YouTube. Let's have a look, see, you might have to, oh, there's no connection. I need to connect to Wi-Fi first. So connecting to Wi-Fi, obviously it's got 2.4 and 5 gigahertz frequency. Let's have a look to see what. Of course, you've got the hole punch camera at the front, and you can zoom to fill. And then you have up to 1080p. I think it's actually updating now. So on YouTube, connected to 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. See what the video. Of course, it's HDR, I think maximum is 1080p you can choose, and to be honest, that is really good for a £349 phone. No lag. I presume it feels like there is 2 speakers there, the sound's coming out of. And again, no problem there. And it looks like you can potentially, if there's any options, have it in landscape. You've got the usual set of Google applications, Pixel tips. Doesn't seem to be, well, unless you count the Google products, there's no bloatware, so that's why it's still nice and quick. The camera, so you have the camera here and the usual night sight option here. I think you need to keep it steady for at least 4 to 5 seconds when in nighttime or night sight mode, so it can capture the image. You have panorama, time lapse. So using the internet, let's do a quick speed test to see what the Wi-Fi on the 5 GHz frequency is getting. That's quite good. So you can see it's around 7 o'clock peak time, so sometimes our internet normally gets restricted on speeds, so that's really good. It's NASA's website to see. Quite intense with a lot of images. As you can see, it's displaying it and loads it, no problem at all. The gestures are good and it's displaying them down here. So you have the Google Assistant, and you can click here to do the search as well for Google. I think overall this phone, you really can't go wrong with £349. Of course it's not going to keep up with the flagships, but then they're about £800, all over £1,000 now. And for what you're getting, for the build quality, yeah, it might be plastic, but it's light, easy fits in your pocket, has the latest Google operating systems that probably even some of the flagship phones won't have, so you'll get it before them if you're willing to download a beta copy. And the fingerprint sensor is in a good position. My hand's not huge, so I think it's in a good position there. Everything feels strong, and I think overall it's a really good package. So yeah, I'm really happy with the phone, and I think I'll probably use it as my daily driver for a while, see how I get on with it, and then try and use the nightscape mode as well. I'm quite good, looking forward to, and also try and take some more pictures on the Google using the photos to see what quality they come out with, because as we know they run through an AI a lot. Overall, yeah, this is a really good phone. Really quick, it has all the options that you want for a phone and more, to be honest, where Google will add later on. Yeah, I really recommend it, to be honest. For £349 you can't go wrong, and as I said, the display is really good, the OLED, and some people don't like the punch hole up there, but I don't find it a problem at all. Even watching videos, there's no issues, and build quality is really good. Okay, thanks, that's my review. Any questions, just leave them in the comments. Thanks.